Hello and welcome to It's Tea Time. I'm your host, Jonathan Sellers, and we're joined this week by the Director of Athletics for Troy University, and that's Jeremy McClain. And Jeremy, a very big weekend at Troy University over the weekend, and it was the Hall of Fame weekend. The Hall of Fame induction ceremony was Saturday night, and I did not get a chance to make it, but I'm sure you were there, and I'm guessing it was a great event like always.
It was just a special night. First of all, I have to give credit to our staff who did a great job and everyone on campus that's involved, putting the event on, but then we had 8 great inductees, really well representative across many sports, and an administrator in that group, a former broadcaster, and so well represented across the board, and just a great group, a fun night, and it gives you appreciation for what kind of impact they've had on Troy athletics history.
And it was one of those great weekends where it got to bring people back from all generations and across all spectrums, as you said. Ralph Black was one of the inductees, and not only was he inducted Saturday night, Friday night he got to throw out the first pitch. It was a little low, but we'll excuse him for that. But also he got to call some of the game with Barry, McKnight, and Jerry, and that was a great moment as well.
Yeah, it was an all-around great weekend. Like you said, having Ralph back and being involved was a lot of fun. We were able to do that with several people over the weekend. Sandy Atkins threw out the first pitch as well on Saturday, and so it was fun to do that. It was a great weekend all around. We ended up we also had scrimmage on Saturday and had a football alumni event Friday night that bled over into Saturday, and so just all around a great weekend. Something really kind of first attempt of having what we call a Hall of Fame weekend. In the past, we've had the Hall of Fame ceremony on T-Day.
Right.
And so this year we thought, well, let's try to separate those two, and it'll give us a chance to really create some energy around campus on 2 different dates in April. And so mission accomplished on the first weekend. I thought it went really well, and so we'll turn our eyes towards T-Day now and try to replicate some of that.
Well, we'll go ahead and talk about T-Day. T-Day will be on the 23rd, 2 weekends from now, and hoping for a big atmosphere for that one, because as you said, it's kind of a standalone that day and has kind of the spotlights to itself. I think there's a baseball game later that day, but T-Day is a chance for everybody to get to come out and watch the football team in a true game-like atmosphere.
You bet. Like you said, it'll be a special day. We'll be going full scrimmage, and I think that starts at 1 o'clock, and then baseball at 3, and softball is also playing a doubleheader that day at home. So it'll be a full day of events. We're also going to try to have some things for families and the kids, and just create an atmosphere where hopefully people want to spend the whole day there on campus enjoying Troy athletics events. And the one thing we can't control is weather, so we'll just cross our fingers that it'll be another beautiful weekend just like it was this weekend.
Yeah, we've had several of those recently, and it also is Troy Fest, so people from around the area will be coming in, so it'll be a chance for them to go see downtown as well as come into Troy University and see Troy athletics. Speaking of Troy athletics, we'll go ahead and talk some events going on over the weekend, and that was the baseball team. They were at home and came up with a big sweep over Appalachian State. First game, they kind of had to come back and get a victory, and the next 2 were walk-off wins, kind of those cardiac kind of games, but 3 big wins over the weekend.
No doubt about it. I think the 2 walk-off wins, I think both of those we were down going into the 9th inning, so they were come from behinds and walk-offs. But just says a lot about our squad, I think, and the fact that they were able to battle through some of that. And they weren't perfect games by any stretch, but you got to win some of those where you don't play perfectly, and I think in each game we had some strengths that helped us, whether it be starting pitching, some relief pitching, a big play in the field, or a big timely hit, and so it says a lot, like I said, about our squad, and it was a real great chance for us at home to climb back into the standings, kind of ease our way back up the conference standings, and really try to finish this homestand on a strong note. You kind of came into this knowing we got about a 9-game stretch here. We're playing at home, and we've had a lot of success so far. I think right now we're, if I can do the math real quick, I think we've won 6 out of 7 at home so far, something like that. So it's been good. It's been really good to us, and we'll try to finish that up this week.
Right, finish it up against Jacksonville State Tuesday at home, and that'll be another big one, always an in-state rival, and dating back a while, that was Troy's biggest rival. So a big game all the way around. No
doubt. It should be a lot of fun. Big rival. A lot of people will remember that as a big rival back when we were in the same conference. And we went to their place early in the year and beat them pretty soundly, but they're a really quality club. They've played well all year, and so I expect they'll come in here ready to go and and we'll have to compete well to come out with a victory.
And softball was on the road this weekend, but they were able to win the series. They took the doubleheader on Saturday and lost on Sunday, but still a winning 2 out of 3 is a good sign for them.
Yeah, a great chance for them too to kind of climb up the standings a little bit in the conference, and kind of played some tough series early and now trying to make up a little ground. But anytime you go on the road, a conference weekend and win a series, that's a great weekend. And I know they would have loved to have gotten a sweep on Sunday, but another step in the right direction for them. And again, they'll be playing midweek this week too. They've got Sanford at home on Wednesday, which will be another quality opponent. And so they'll have to play well on Wednesday and hopefully get that one and get ready for conference play again next weekend.
I know the tennis teams they're kind of wrapping up the regular seasons. They had senior night or senior day at home on Saturday. A big atmosphere for them as there were lots of matches that day for the men, and they're going to be wrapping up, getting ready to play in the Sunbelt tournament. Yeah,
it's right around the corner. So I think from a seeding standpoint, this weekend had a lot of bearing on where we end up from a seeding standpoint. But ultimately, it's really about that conference tournament and being prepared for that. So I think this weekend, the past few days, were good for them to match up with some conference opponents and kind of see where we stack up. And had some really good matches out there, yesterday and this weekend. So they'll be prepared and move into conference play here pretty soon.
And then the same thing with the track team. They performed really well over the weekend, and their conference is going to be coming up soon before you know it.
Yeah, continue to improve. I think they finished third at one of their meets. They were split this weekend, but they continue to improve, and we've got a really young squad, but our coaches are doing an excellent job of getting them prepared and trying to continue to take those steps in the right direction. So really excited about what's going on there, and our student athletes competing at a high level, and so excited about that. When the conference championship gets here, seeing how they stack up against in-conference opponents.
And one final thing to talk about is DeMarcus Ware Day. That's going to be coming up pretty soon, a week from Tuesday, so April the 19th. And for those who aren't familiar with it yet, DeMarcus Ware is going to be honored by the state of Alabama and also City of Troy and Troy University, right, and welcoming a Super Bowl champion back home. So that'll be a big day. If you'll just kind of fill us in on what's happening.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Very excited that DeMarcus has agreed to come back and be a part of that day. And as you said, the state of Alabama will be honoring him in Montgomery earlier in the day, and then we're going to bring him down to Troy. So we'll have an event that starts in the arena, Trojan Arena, at 5 o'clock, the April 19th on Tuesday. And we'll just get a chance. We'll have a program prepared, but we'll get a chance to really pat him on the back, to really love up on him a little bit and tell him how much we appreciate him. That's the objective. And the city will be involved, as you said, and the university. So we'll get a chance to honor him and be the chance to get our hometown hero back here in front of our folks.
Now, is that open to the public? Are there tickets involved? Or?
It's going to be open, free admission.
Okay.
And so we plan on packing Trojan Arena, and we'll be putting out a lot of information out this week, so everyone has the details. But it'll be open to the public, and we're going to get our students there. We encourage the community to come out, and I hope we have people hanging from the rafters just to show him how much he means to us.
All right, so that'll be next Tuesday, and that'll be at 5 o'clock with the actual ceremony in Trojan Arena. So as you said, hopefully we can pack that out and give DeMarcus Ware a big welcome back.
Absolutely, he deserves it.
And a lot going on this week. Baseball Tuesday night and softball on Wednesday.
Yep, it should be a good week. We look forward to it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Welcome back to It's Tea Time, and we're here to talk baseball with the pitching coach for the Trojans, and that's Coach Brad Phillips. And Coach, y'all were here over the weekend against Appalachian State, and you pulled off a sweep. And as we talked to Jeremy McClain earlier, it was kind of a cardiac weekend where it got your heart rate going a little bit, especially Saturday and Sunday's games were 2 walk-off wins. What were your thoughts on the weekend?
Well, it was a weekend that we had to have. We had to sweep to get us back into the race. Looking back on it as a mirror image of Arkansas Little Rock, except to the other extreme. A pitch here, a pitch there. Who knows what a different outcome. Just like Little Rock with us when we got swept. So we were glad to get out of there with 3. We won in similar fashion on Saturday and Sunday, which was good to see. I mean, it was stressful, but at the end of the day, it was good for our team to see that they have the resiliency to be able to hang in there to the end and find a way to win. And we held on Friday. It wasn't easy on Friday. So all in all, good weekend, good week. So we'll take it.
And y'all done some things pitching-wise, and you're the pitching coach. You can speak on this to kind of mix things up. You took Evan Hebert out of the Saturday slot or the Sunday slot, and you've Houston Mabry up, and he's done really well for y'all. What can you tell us about Houston?
Houston is just a steady guy on the mound. You know what you're going to get every time. He doesn't beat himself. He can throw a couple pitches for strikes. He just competes, and flip-flopping those guys is really just to change the scene a little bit. That's about all it was to it. He's been very productive on Saturday. Evan had a great start on Tuesday.
Right.
Against a very good Sanford team. So we were just trying to mix things up a little bit, kind of get out of a rut, and to this point over this home stretch, it's paid off.
And then with your bullpen, I mean, you've seen a lot of guys have some good innings, and Corey Gill's been one of those as a freshman who's come in. He actually had to pick up a save this weekend. Can you tell us about him?
Corey, he did pick up a save, and he also picked up a win yesterday. And Corey's a young freshman who has really good stuff, swing and miss. Got a really good breaking ball. Still learning to pitch. I mean, he's still got some holes in his game, but he is definitely making strides in the right direction with the experience he's getting. So it's been really nice to have him kind of be a swing guy. He started some games, he's closed some games,
right.
He's been middle relief, and that's really nice to have, along with the other 3 or 4 guys that we have in the bullpen that give us a chance every time we go out.
And then this week you play Jacksonville State at home on Tuesday night. You played them once already this season. What do you expect this time?
They're going to bring in a much different club. They're hot in the league right now. I think they've won 11 out of 12 league games since we've played them. They're playing well. They're putting up some runs. So I expect them to come in here ready to play. Mm-hmm. As they do always, and it's going to be a good midweek challenge for us. And but I'm just excited to get back on the field at home again.
Right. Well, and then you go on the road this weekend. You got a long trip as you go to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Already been to Arkansas once this year, but heading back to face Arkansas State. What do you know about them?
They're always a good club. They're always kind of middle of the pack of the league. They're a dangerous club. They did have a tough weekend this past weekend. But tough place to play, as any place on the road in our league is. So, I'm looking forward to finishing up this home stretch tomorrow and then turning our attention to Jonesboro, which is, going to be a tough place to play.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck this weekend and good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Welcome back to It's Tea Time, and we're here to talk softball with one of the assistant coaches for the Trojans, and that's Taylor Smart. And Taylor, y'all were in Monroe, Louisiana over the weekend, and y'all were able to take 2 or 3 from the Warhawks. And anytime you go on the road and are able to win a series in conference play, that's got to be a big boost for your team. I know you always want the sweep, but winning the series is always big.
Yeah, especially away series, to win a series is a big deal. Obviously with a heartbreak, I guess in a sense, loss on Sunday. That does sting. Get on the bus and have a 7-hour ride back. So that was not. I don't feel like our girls, obviously enjoyed that bus ride because I know I didn't. We found ways to win. We showed a lot of fight on Saturday. We ended up tying it in the 7th, and then going to 9 innings and winning a ball game. And then on the second game of the day, we ended up, I think we were losing, and then we ended up hitting a home run, and then another one, and we ended up having a big inning, and we went ahead, and we just never turned back. And so they played well, we pitched well, and played good defense behind them. So that's always a plus. And then on Sunday, we came up short. We didn't give ourselves an opportunity to score runs, and when you can't score runs, it really doesn't matter. Right. And so that's one thing that we struggled with, and we'll just go into this week and just keep getting better at it. The girl just threw well.
Then this weekend you're back at home, or this week you're back at home as you take on Sanford on Wednesday. And it's been a while since you played the Bulldogs, but get them at home, get to renew that rivalry. Tell us a little bit about Sanford.
Yeah, we're very excited. They're a good ball club. They have a lot of experience, and they have a good staff, and so we're ready to go out there and play our game and prepare our girls, and they're ready to go out there and fight again. Obviously, after a tough loss, you want to get back on the field really soon. So we're really excited to get back out there. It's also Dollar Hot Dog Night and Greek Night, so would love to have a lot of support from the students, and obviously who doesn't want a dollar hot dog.
You can't beat that. I mean, that's everybody's favorite night.
Right.
Greek night, is that just encouraging all the fraternities and sororities to come out to the game?
Yes, we'd love to have that. I mean, we've had, we obviously have a few come out every now and then, but, we'd love to have that. I think obviously as someone who played here and have experienced it, I think that, continuing to get the Greeks and the athletes to support each other is a big deal. And so we'd love to have, everyone out there and just pack the park. I mean, we talk about it a lot, but we'd love to have, huge support.
That's big. And then this weekend, Texas State at home and get back in home for conference play. What do you know about Texas State?
They're a good ball club right now. They were off last weekend. They have a kid that pitched well last year, and she's been all right. I mean, they've struggled to score runs right now, but I mean, this conference right now, everyone can hit. Everyone's beating up on each other. Right. So it's who shows up that day. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. So if we go out there and pitch well and play defense like we have been, and continue to score runs, because I mean that's our MO. Like we keep scoring runs and finding ways and just fighting at the plate. Just compete. And so we'll go out there and play our game and get things done.
And when are the games this weekend?
1 and 3, and then noon on Sunday.
Okay, so Saturday, Sunday. 1 at 3 Saturday, noon on Sunday.
Yep, 1 and 3, and then noon. So I'd love to have everyone out there and come support. We're excited to be at home.
And then again, Wednesday, Sanford. That game is at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Dollar hot dog night, as we said, can't beat that. And
yes.
then Greek night. So
yes.
Hopefully everybody can go out to the games and support the Trojans.
Awesome. Yes, love to have you all out.
All right, thanks, Taylor. All right, and stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Welcome back for our final segment here on It's Tea Time, and we're here with the men's golf coach, Coach Matt Terry. And Coach, y'all were last time you competed, you were at the Hootie up in South Carolina, and I know it was an exciting tournament for your team. They got to see Darius Rucker and Hootie and the Blowfish and all that. How was the tournament itself?
The tournament was fantastic from a standpoint of the golf course, the hosts, everything about the event. It was truly an event. I mean, they've got a bull that is out front that's chained up for the tournament named Titleist. And it was pretty cool. The guys got their picture made around him and all that. We didn't play very good for probably 36 holes. We had some flashes of good stuff the last 2 rounds. Got it going the final round and just never could complete it. The winds were heavy, but blowing pretty strong, but it was that way for everybody. I don't think, and I take most of the credit for this, we didn't prepare as well as we should have coming out of Florida State. I think we probably took it easy a little bit too much, trying to pace ourselves, and I don't think we worked hard enough. But that's that goes back to me, getting after them a little bit more. But that's something that we're going to take care of the next 2 weeks. And now
one of your players has really stepped up, and it's been one of your younger guys, Callum Masters. And just tell us a little bit about him.
Callum's a guy that has played well in the last 3 events, basically 3 top 10s in a row in very strong fields. We felt like coming in that he would be a good player for us as soon as he got comfortable and figured out himself of who he can be and what college golf's about, and realizing it's not that much different than what he'd been doing before, and we're starting to see it. He's still not to where he wants to be, but finished 10th in the last event and basically apologized for not playing very good. Was kind of nice, and we've been waiting on him. The guys call him affectionately Big Bear, and they said when he wakes up from hibernation, we're going to be pretty good. Right. And he's done that, and hopefully we'll continue to see him elevate his game going into the conference championship.
Well, and you got the conference championship coming up next. You said you got 2 weeks off to prepare. What are you going to be doing?
We're basically going to be going through more of what we did to start the year. The guys are going to polish up everything. They're working on their short games today. Hitting balls, we're going to play as much as we can. With our facility, we're able to do that. We're able to practice and then get out and play some. And we're going to do as much of that as we can, as many inter-squad competitions as we can possibly do before we leave. So when we get there, we can, just relax and play golf and hopefully come back here with a conference title. And that's, a goal now, where we're at. It's the next event, so let's go get it.
Now, it's a course you're familiar with, played it last year for the conference tournament. What do you know about it? Is it play to your team's strengths?
It does. We won the conference preview there this fall. We had 10 of our member schools there. The only one wasn't there was App State. They had a conflict with another event, but we won that tournament by 12 strokes. And hopefully we can continue to do that. Right. The format changes a little bit for us on the men's side this year. We'll play 54 holes of stroke play. The low 4 teams will go into match play on Wednesday, where the 1 plays the 4, 2 plays 3, and then as in basically the semifinal matches, and then you'll play that afternoon for the conference title. And we like our chances to get there, but we've still got to go down there and play and do what we got to do to get ourselves in that top 4.
All right, Coach. Well, I know looking forward to it, and just a couple of weeks away, and
Yep.
you got some work to do before you get there. So
No doubt.
good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, and join us again next week for more of It's Tea Time.